Hello, and welcome back once again to Infinite Jeff, the project where I, Jeff, read the book Infinite Jest to you one page at a time, one day at a time, put it up on YouTubes.com for all to listen to, more or less, whatever. Just went to check my laundry, should have been done, but it says balancing, so hopefully that shit's done soon. I gotta go to work in a couple hours, but we're on to page 261. Of Infinite Jeff. Here we go. Pedaled from the net, keeping the ball in sight until it reached the top of its flight and its curve broke, casting many shadows in the tray of lights hung from the ceiling's insulation. Then Wayne turned his back to the ball and sprinted flat out for the spot where it will land fair. Woodland. He doesn't have to locate the ball again until it's hit the green court just inside the baseline. By now he's come around to the side of the bounced ball's flight, still sprinting. He looks mean in a kind of distant way. He comes around the side of the bounce ball second ascent the way you come up around the side of somebody you're going to hurt. And he has to leave his feet in half pirouette to get to his side of the ball, and whip his big right arm through it, catching it on the rise and slapping it down the line past Port Washington boy, who's played the percentages and followed a beauty of a lob up to the net. The Port Washington kid applauds with the heel of his hands against his strings in acknowledgement of a really nice get, even as he looks up at Port Washington's coaching staff in the gallery. The spectators' glass panel is at ground level, and the players play below it on the courts that have been carved out of a kind of pit dug long ago. Some Northeast clubs favor courts below the ground because earth insulates and keeps utility bills daunting instead of prohibitive once the lungs go up. The gallery panel stretches overhead behind courts 1 through 6, but there's a decided spectatorial clumping at the part of the gallery that looks out over the show courts. Boys 18s number 1 and number 2, Wayne and Hal, and PWTA's 2 best. Now, after Wayne's balletic winner, there's the sad sound of a small crowd behind the glasses' applause. On the court, the applause is muffled and compromised by on-court sounds, and sounds like the trapped survivors of something tapping for help at a great depth. The panel is like an aquarium's glass, thick and clean, and traps noise behind it. And to the gallery, it seems that 72 well-muscled children are arrayed and competing in total silence in the pit. Almost everyone in the gallery is wearing tennis clothes and bright nylon warm-ups. Some even wear wristbands, the tennis equivalent of a football fan's pennant and raccoon coat. John Wayne's post-pirouette backward inertia has carried him into the heavy black tarpaulin that hangs several meters behind both sides of the 36 courts on a system of rods and rings, not unlike a very ambitious shower curtain. The tarp's hiding from view the water-stained walls of puffy white-wrapped insulation, creating a narrow passage for players to get their courts without crossing open court and interrupting play. Wayne hits the heavy tarp and kind of bounces off, producing a boom that resounds. The sound on court is an indoor venue. In an indoor venue, the sounds on court in an indoor venue are huge and complex. Everything echoes, and the echoes then meld. In the gallery, Tavis and Nwangi bite their knuckles, and Delint squashes his nose flat against the glass in anxiety as everyone else politely applauds. Shit calmly taps his pointer against the top of his boot at times of high stress. Wayne isn't hurt, though. Everybody. All right, that's page number 261 of this book. Good night.